Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mending Munich. And today is Mission Impossible. We're 4-0 down after the first leg against Man City. So we need to win by 5 goals to go through to the next round. Doesn't look likely. And then we've got Leverkusen in the league. First versus third in that one. So hopefully we can keep our lead at the top intact. Played 3 games since we last met and 3 wins. Not routine at all. We're still missing the big player Eddie Mario, still not back to full fitness just yet. Hopefully he'll be back for the end of the season. We beat Leipzig 3-1. Abraham with a brace. Hudson-Odoi with the third, but they did get one back on the 24th minute from Manuel Parai. We then went to Werder Bremen, 2-1 winners there. Abraham again with another brace, been in good goal scoring form, but he's out of this game against City. And Damir Radi scored for Werder, but we won 2-1. And then finally another away game, 2-1 win against Frankfurt. We beat Hudson-Odoi and Quintana with the goals, and Ibanez scored the first goal for them. We came back into it in the second half and just got over the line. A change in formation as well against Frankfurt, just to try and cover the loss of Eddie Mario in the middle of midfield. And as I said, City and Leverkusen today. We're 10 points clear of Dortmund. They lost their game against Stuttgart. We won our game against Frankfurt, hence why we are 10 points clear of them. 11 points clear of Leverkusen, so we could go even further clear today if we win that game. But let's get into this game against City. We need to win by 5 clear goals, and this is the lineup. So as you can see, change in formation, a 4-3-3. I'd say we just need a little bit more stability in the middle of midfield. So we have gone for Uzo in goal. Strangle, Clayton, Diakabe and Pereira are the back line. Carter Vickers is injured. Hoover is injured as well. So Clayton and Strangle come in for them. Lenz as the deep line playmaker in front of the back 4. McKennie as the box-to-box midfielder, and Quintana as the advanced playmaker. Cherney on the right and Hudson-Odoi on the left as inside forwards. And Frangen will take the place up top for Tammy Abraham. Velasquez, DeMarco and Bula, Tahavi, Bunk, Gomez and Fran all on the bench. Let's see if we can do it. 5 goals needed. Fingers crossed. Here we go then. We're in our blue and white. They're in their chain strip of purple and orange. And yeah, we need to win by 5 goals. We need to score early if we're going to do it. Diakabe back to Pereira. 3 minutes in and we're down the line to Hudson-Odoi. Driving forward on that inside forward roll. Gets the ball out to Cherney via a deflection. He comes inside himself. McKennie got Pereira on that left-hand side. Goes to Hudson-Odoi into the back post. And we don't find anybody, but he picks up the ball. And Hudson-Odoi scores early on. 1-0 on the night. 4-1 on aggregate to City. All it needs is 1 goal from then. And we need to score another 5. So still a long way to go in this one. Hudson-Odoi picks up that ball. Drills that one into the far right-hand corner. And it's 1-0 to Munich. Corner, Pereira's going to whip that ball in, trying to find a blue and white shirt, but doesn't. Diakabe picks up that ball, goes to McKennie on that left-hand side, back to Diakabe, into Dominic Lenz. Quintana on the edge. He's going to go for goal. No, goes to Cherney. Comes inside himself. Cherney hits the bar. Frangen's there, but he's going to be called for offside. Nearly 2 goals in 12 minutes, but not to be. Half an hour gone, and we're on the attack again. Frangen doesn't do enough to get that pass to Hudson-Odoi. Now it's Laporte for City. Out to Milinkovic, and we're pushing them back. And Rugani with the ball on the as a right centre-back. Finds Bellerin down that right-hand side, and a good tackle by McKennie. And now can we break? Pereira down this left-hand side into Hudson-Odoi, and he's been given all the space in the world to run into. And now Cherney on this right-hand side into the penalty box. Can't get a cross in. It's been blocked by the wing back, and now they're on the attack again. Timo Werner knows German football really well, goes for a shot and just over from the German corner for City. Good just before half time. Werner's there, but we get the ball out only as far as Grimaldo, and pinballed into Uzoho's hands, and he keeps it out, and we roll it out to Dominic Lenz. We go up to Frangen, but Laporte gets that ball, but McKennie picks up the loose ball. Lovely through ball to Hudson-Odoi. Can he get the ball into middle? Frangen's there, and it's 2-0 before half-time. And 2 goals will go into extra time. Another 3 goals in the second half puts us through to the next round. McKennie, lovely through ball to Hudson-Odoi. He then finds a lovely pass into Frangen, and he just nods that down to the far right-hand corner. Edison, no chance. 2-0 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. Hour mark, and it's still 2-0. Clayton with the ball at the back. We go back to Uzoho and taking our time. We need at least 2 more goals to go into extra time. Diakabe being pressed by City, but we get the ball out to Hudson-Odoi. He's now going forward into the midfield. Quintana, lovely ball out to Strangle. First time cross. Hudson-Odoi's there and heads just over. And it's another good chance for us. 20 minutes to go. Still on the attack for these 2 goals. Pereira now down this left-hand side into Hudson-Odoi and trying to find McKennie, but the pass is just a little bit too long, and they try and go long to the left winger, Leroy Sané, but Strangle does really well. Diakabe into McKennie, out to Hudson-Odoi this time again. Pereira on the overlap. Can he get across in? He can. A little bit too much on it, and now City come away again. Leroy Sané, pace to Burn down the left-hand side. Lovely ball over the top to Timo Werner, and the shot straight at Uzoa, and we get the ball round for a corner kick. And there we have it, full-time whistle's gone. 2-0 on the night, but we lost 4-2 on aggregate. That first leg deficit, far too much to pull back. Hudson-Odoi with an 8.4. So we're out of the Champions League this season, but we go again in the league next time out, and that is against Leverkusen. I'll see you when we get there. Here's the lineup for the game against Leverkusen. Abraham comes back in for Frangen, who then drops out of the side altogether. And yeah, exactly the same team. Rios comes back in on the bench, and we've got an extra midfielder there if we need him to do the business. Let's go and see if we can extend our lead at the top of the table. Getson in the middle of midfield, out to Retsos, and good press by us, but they get the ball out to Nate. Can't get a shot. Pereira with a good tackle on Brandt. Getson into Brandt again. I thought a good tackle by Pereira, looked like it was in the box. They're going to VAR, and it is a penalty. Pereira coming through the back of Julian Brandt and Fetty-Arp. My man Fetty-Arp stepping up for a penalty, but he goes straight down the middle, but it falls back to him a second time, and that's his 25th goal of the season for Leverkusen, and it's 1-0 to them after 5 minutes. Brandt again going to get this ball in, and McKennie comes out on a commanding header, but only as far as Paulinho. Out to Julian Brandt again, but again we get a block, but only falls to a Leverkusen shirt, and Gedson out to Nate, and he's going to play that ball down that left-hand side to Paulinho. It hits the post, falls to Fetty-Arp, and they're 2-0 up. Running riot at the minute. Lucky goal, that one though. Came off the post, and it just fell to Fetty-Arp, and Nate into Paulinho. He turns his man, puts a shot on there, hits the post, hits the keeper, and then falls nicely for Fetty-Arp. 2-0 Leverkusen. Hudson-Odoi with a corner into Tammy Abraham. He doesn't get there. Falls to McKennie. Clayton's there again, but they get the ball out. Now Fetty-Arp can race away down that left-hand side. Strangle can't get there. Paulinho driving into the box, and it's another penalty. Clean penalty as well. It could be going from bad to worse. 3-0 it could be to Leverkusen if this penalty is given, and is given. Fetty-Arp is obviously going to step up for this one. Strangle looks like he's going to get booked for his misdemeanor, and it's going to be Fetty-Arp to step up. Can he score? Yes, he can. Leverkusen 3, Munich 0. We're being ripped apart by Leverkusen. It's with a free kick, goes for goal, and Uzoho does keep that out, but it falls to Nate, and they get the ball out for a goal kick. Denhan into Hurwitz, back out to Denhan. He's whipping that ball in. Pereira being shrugged off the ball there. 4-0 before half-time, and Leverkusen are cruising 2-3 points to lower the deficit in the league, and we are being torn apart by Leverkusen. They get that ball in, and Pereira just, I don't know what he's doing there. He's just backing off. Not good enough. 4-0 Leverkusen. Pereira just before half-time gets the ball in. Abraham's there, hits the bar, and that's going to be it till half-time. Fetty-Arp makes it 5. Wasn't commentating because it was the first highlight of the second half, but they make it 5-0 in the second half, just after half-time. And yeah, Brandt down this right-hand side. Gets the ball out to Reich. He gets that ball in, and Fetty-Arp, just the movement is too good for Diakabe. Falls back to him after a good save by Uzoho, and it's 5-0 Leverkusen. Highlight after the goal, and Diakabe out to DiMarco. Hudson-Odoi have made all 3 changes at half-time. Driving forward is Hudson-Odoi, goes for goal, and straight at Antonio Jose. Hurwitz into Paulinho, and now he's going to drive forward into Nate. Back to Gedson, and they're controlling this game from start to finish, and we can't get anywhere near them. We're chasing shadows. Nate over the top too. Julian Brandt whips that ball in, but we only get as far as Nate, and he this time shoots over, not on goal. Strangle down the line to Cherney, and coming inside and find the ball, trying to find the ball out to that left-hand side to Hudson-Odoi, but it's just a Hollywood pass, and now they're coming forward again. Reich again into Fetiar, but it's a little bit too heavy, and Diakabe goes out into Paulinho, back to Den Han, into Nate, but again, we're doing a good job here, but they will find a way through, and they do, and should make it 6 on the hour mark. From that goal kick, Carter Vickers now pulling the ball forward into Strangle, back to Carter Vickers, and we're playing the ball nice and calmly. We need a little bit more urgency going forward. Strangle into Rios, and he's finding that ball through to McKennie, out to Cherney again. Now on the attack, but we get pulled back and gets him with a really good tackle, and now he's on the march, going forward, going past the defence like they're not even there, and fires over. DeMarco trying to find someone but doesn't. Throws it into Hurwitz, and now they go back to Antonio Rios or Antonio Jose, but they get the ball forward. Gedson on the onto the back line into Volland, who's come on off the bench, out to Hurwitz, goes for goal and hits the crossbar. Absolute domination here from Leverkusen. 20 minutes to go. Lenz finally makes a tackle. DeMarco into Diakabe, back to DeMarco, into Lenz, and we try and find that ball again across field, but it doesn't stick, and they cut it out. Brandt into Fetiar, goes for goal, and Uzoho pushes that round for a corner kick. Hudson-Odoi with a corner. Can we get a consolation in this one? McKennie will chase and pick up that ball into Carter Vickers, and be impressed by Fetiar, into Diakabe. McKennie, can he get the ball through to Rios? He can. Cherney coming in on that left-hand side. Now goes for goal, and Antonio Jose, good save, pushes it round for a corner. Fetiar in the box. 15 seconds to go. Are they going to score a 6? Back to Reich, into Volland, and Volland back to Nate, back to Volland again, and Gedson into McKennie, but a good tackle from him, and that is it. Full-time whistle goes. Bayern 5, Munich 0. Fetiar with 4 goals. He also missed the penalty as well, but he did score the rebound. But look at the ratings on the team there. 6.4 for Uzo, 6.0 for Strangle, 6.1 for Cherney and Abraham. Our big players did not turn up, and it's been like this since Edi Mario got injured. It's been a real struggle to get anything out of this set of players. Going to be aggressive and just say, look, that wasn't good enough. What are we playing at against title rivals like Leverkusen? That puts us 8 points clear of them, and it puts us 10 points clear of Dortmund, but they play tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to be playing Wolfsburg and Dusseldorf. They'll be the 2 games that we bring you tomorrow, the away game at Dusseldorf and the home game at Wolfsburg. Hopefully, Edi Mario is back, and our football is a lot better. That's it for this episode. From the sublime against City to the ridiculous against Leverkusen. It's been a topsy-turvy episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out any more content. Remember, tick the little bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. And until next time, when we play Dusseldorf and Wolfsburg, I'll see you soon.